This is Mr. Evilcheese, and this is my preview of The Walking Dead Series 6 action figures by McFarlane Toys. So, here we go. Alrighty, first up is Rick Grimes, and even though Rick Grimes is probably the character that has more figures than anybody, it kind of makes sense that he does, since I'm pretty sure, would be considered the main character of the comics and the TV show version of The Walking Dead, so he probably should have the most figures out of everybody. And he did need an update, because really all we got was Rick in his cop uniform, and then different variations of Rick in, just that white shirt and the jeans. So it's kind of nice we get this one with a button-up shirt and more of a beard growing and the hair a little longer. So that's cool that they came out with that. And he's got a bandaged up hand, and looks like from the description he has 22 points of articulation, so I'm guessing that would mean that his legs will actually bend this time, because they didn't in the last figure. They were just stuck straight, which kind of sucked. So that's awesome that this one can bend to the knees. And he might just have the articulation of Daryl for the motorcycle, because several people have said that they heard that this series will have the same articulation as that Daryl, and hopefully it does, because that's really nice articulation. They can actually sit down, and I don't know, I just prefer that. Now it does look kind of funny on Daryl when you put him in sitting position. It makes a weird crotch thing going on there, but still I'd much prefer that they have that articulation and look funny than not have it. But that depends on what you care about more. It kind of sucks that it doesn't actually show the articulation, because these are just like the scans that they take of the actors, so this isn't the actual toy, this is just what it should look like. And based on the scans they showed for the last couple of series, they do end up looking pretty close to this. So, it says that this Rick comes with a revolver, obviously, a suppressed pistol, a machete, D-rings, and a hoe. And I'm guessing by hoe they mean Andrea, or maybe Lori, I don't know, one of them hoes. And that's pretty cool that it comes with one of them. You wouldn't think you'd get a whole other figure with Rick, but that's what it says, comes with a hoe. And I think it's awesome that he comes with a machete, because that scene where he buries a machete into that one dude's head from the prison, what was that guy's name, Tomas, that was awesome. So it's cool he comes with a machete. And like when they say hoe, obviously they mean garden hoe, so you can have him hoeing the garden if you want. So yeah, I'm really happy they're making an updated Rick. And also, I don't have a picture of it because I don't think they've shown any yet, other than, well, I guess there was like a picture of an unpainted sculpt of the 10-inch version of Rick that they're also going to make. He's like in that pose where he's holding his gun straight out. It was like on lots of the preview pictures for season 3, or maybe that was 4, I don't know, one of them seasons. But yeah, that's what the 10-inch figure is supposed to look like. Next up is Abraham Ford, who's a relatively new character. He just showed up in season 4, about midway through, so he's getting a figure pretty quick. So far I'm liking Abraham on the show way more than I liked him in the comic, because I didn't really care for him in the comic. I don't know why he was popular in the comic, because he's just some guy there. I mean, he did a couple things, but really I didn't give a shit about the guy. But in the show so far, I like him. I like his personality. Seems pretty cool. And this looks a lot like him. He looks muscular, he looks like a big dude, and he's got his army clothes on, so that's awesome. And he's got that red army haircut and his little handlebar mustache. He's just cool looking. And maybe that's why they like him in the comic, because that's basically what he looked like in the comic, other than I think his hair was blonde. And it says that he has 22 points of articulation, just like Rick, which I'm guessing also would mean that he would have that extra articulation that Daryl had, hopefully. And it says he comes with a pistol, an SMG, and a combat knife. Whoa. But what really hurts about having this figure is that you're going to have Abraham, but now there's no
what's their name? Eugene and Rosita. So next is gonna be like, hey, we need them to go with Abraham. But that probably won't be for a long time. And next we got Carol Peletier, however you say her last name. I'm gonna go with Peletier. And this is one that I really wanted them to make. If you've seen my figures they need to make video from a few months back, my top 2 picks were Hershel and Carol. So now we're getting both of them, and this is the Carol, and that really looks like how I would want her to look too. The outfit I'd want her to be wearing, because that's the one I think of, the one she's most recently been wearing, and when she's becoming more of a badass. So that's awesome. It says that she has the same articulation as Abraham and Rick, or at least the same number of points, 22. And she comes with a knuckle knife, which you can see there in the picture. Storytime knife set, where she teaches the kids how to use knives. And a gas can. Now see, you had to include a gas can with her. If they didn't put the gas can in there, they'd be like, what the hell? You would just assume she would have that. She's got to burn people when they start coughing. I don't know how well it'll translate into the figure because they're scaled down so much, but she has a mean look on her face. And that's pretty cool. I guess I'd prefer to have a mean look on her face. I never noticed her jacket and shirt sleeves being so off. Like one's like pulled down, the other one's pulled way up. I mean, I'm sure she wears it like that. I just never noticed that. That's kind of funny. She's getting kind of sloppy. And next up is the figure that I wanted most out of this series, and that would be Hershel Greene. Finally, a Hershel. Now, it kind of sucks that Hershel's not doing so well these days, now that he's kind of headless. But still, getting a Hershel. I wish we would have had him before, but still I wanted him. Even after I knew he was dead, he was still the one I wanted most. So, it's cool to make him. And I like the outfit they chose. Although, the head they show there looks a little more like... When he starts growing in that beard, it seems like his hair was a little shaggier than what they're showing there. Because the actual hair, not counting the beard, looks more like Season 2 Hershel to me. With, you know, the Season 3 and Season 4 beard added on. But that's okay. And it says that in the description he comes with an alternate prosthetic leg, an alternate amputated leg, and you can see pictures of them there, and an alternate head with bandana. So I'm guessing maybe that will be the one with more scraggly hair or something, hopefully. Oh, and he also comes with crutches. You don't have any weapons? You don't come with his infinite ammo shotgun? He needs to have that shit. He's got a little, like, holster on his belt there. There's no gun for that. But I do like the outfit they picked, which he's always got his suspenders. Like, I don't even know if he ever even appeared in the show without his suspenders. He's just gotta have the suspenders. And, well, the pants are plain, but that makes sense. I'm really happy they're making this. I'm happy with the way it looks. And I really am happy they included an amputated leg and the prosthetic leg, because I figured they would just have, like, regular leg and maybe the prosthetic or something. But nope, they got 3 different versions of his leg. That's awesome. Can't wait for this one. And here we got the Bungee Guts Zombie. And this guy appeared in episode 1 of the 4th season. That's when they go to the supermarket and the helicopter on the roof crashes through and the one zombie falls down and gets tangled up by a pipe or something on the roof. His guts are wrapped around it and he's just hanging there by him. That was an awesome scene. And I was wondering what this would look like, because, I mean, I remember that happening, but I couldn't actually remember what the zombie looked like. But and I was also kind of worried that he could only be in a hanging pose, but the description says that nope, he can also be in a standing pose, so that's cool. So he'll just be standing there with his guts hanging out, or you can hang him. So that's awesome. And description says that he has removable intestines and can stand or be hung by his guts, which is basically what I just said. So I guess you don't come with anything else. I would like to know what kind of intestines they are. Are they like made of rubber, or are they super flexible? What are they? I don't know. Like, it seems like the guts would be pretty long when you have them hanging by them. So when he's standing there, they can be like dragging on the ground, or can you push him back up into his chest? I don't know. Hopefully. but he looks pretty cool. I'm not too sure what's going on in his face up there, though. It's like it almost looks like his face is peeling off, but then there's just another face underneath. I'm not sure what's going on there. Something's weird about it. I have to get, when they come out with the actual pictures of the figures, be able to tell what's going on there, but just something weird there. It's almost like he has a clear faceplate on or something. It's kind of weird that they're only coming out with one zombie. Some people complain that they'd rather have just the human characters and no zombies, but I like to have the zombies because it's a zombie show. I want some zombies, but I guess I could take this series because there's so many characters that I want figures of, human characters, that I'll take a series where there's only one zombie, and it's a really cool looking one, so that's good. That whole torso area is just awesome looking. Oh, I was trying to put this review out really fast, so if you're wondering why I'm being extra serious this time, it's because I didn't drink nothing. Didn't have no drink, not drunk at all, so I'm sort of serious here. And, sorry about that. Oh, and it doesn't say anything about his articulation in the description, so I'm not sure. Seems like the zombie characters don't always have very much articulation, so he may also not have much articulation as well, so I don't know. But up next is a new governor figure, which until this, I got notified by some people on YouTube that these pictures were up. I didn't know there was a governor figure coming out. And it's kind of weird that he wasn't announced before, which makes me think that he could be one of them exclusive to Walgreens or, I don't know, something. I don't know if he's actually going to be considered part of the regular series. Kind of like if you bought the Series 5 figures, it shows, the Walgreens Rick on the back, but, he's only exclusive to Walgreens, so I don't know. I'm really not sure what's going on with this governor figure, but it's cool that they made this one because it's more like the Final Battle governor. He's got his long jacket and he's got two heads. It's the eye patch head and the bandaged head, and that's pretty cool. So he also has got the 22 points articulation, so this isn't just a repaint of the other governor, I don't think. Hopefully not. I keep saying that 22 points of articulation means that it's the Daryl articulation, but I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing. So hopefully this governor's head won't break like I've heard so many people say that the other governor, when you try to switch his heads, the peg would break and then you gotta use this governor. So I'm assuming that probably won't happen with this one. They probably would fix that problem, I would think. And it's a whole new sculpt anyway, from what I can tell. So it only comes with an automatic rifle. It seems like he should have came with like maybe a golf club or just something else that happened in Season 4 that would, be relevant. That'd be awesome if he had the golf club. Now this series is supposed to come out in October, which makes sense because that's when the show comes back on, and they had a series come out last year around the time the show came back in October, so I would say that's a pretty good bet they're going to come out in October. So, can't wait for that. Also coming out in, I believe, July is the modified Shane Walsh figure, which, if you've seen my videos before, I hate that figure because I hate the pose he's stuck in. That's just not the clothes that I think of when I think of him, when I think of Shane. Even though he did wear that, that's not what I think of. However, they did change his head. They gave him a new head, which I think looks more like him, and they put the police hat on him, which he didn't really wear the police hat all that much. He had it on early in the series, and then he stopped wearing it. But still, I don't know, maybe it's removable. I don't think it says if it's removable in the description. Let me check. It says, blah blah blah, he comes with a baseball cap and a sane expression on his face, because they say the original version had a manic expression with the shaved head. But yeah, I think this looks more like Shane, but I'd really rather have, a more regular looking Shane with better articulation. I just don't think they're going to do that. So this isn't really considered part of Series 6 from what I can tell. The description says that the card he's going to go on looks more like the new cards, but with Season 1 key art. So I think it's like considered more like Series 1, Series 2 figure. But oh, and if you haven't checked out my Shane Walsh review for the original version, you should check that out, because it's probably my strangest review of a Walking Dead figure. Well, maybe Andrea. Andrea's a pretty weird one too. But yeah, I'm guessing probably when this Shane figure comes out, I'm probably gonna make another really messed up review of him. So look for that shit. So I think this is a really strong series of figures. They have several that I want, which would be the Carol and the Hershel are the two I want the most. And I really am liking Abraham now, so it's cool to make an Abraham. And the Bungee Guts Zombie is really freaking cool. And it's also cool that they're making a new governor too. Oh, and Rick. Yes, and they really need that updated Rick. So really all of the human characters I really want. Like Shane, I'm not considering really part of this series. I'm just threw him in here. So I really want all these characters, but still, like I said, Hershel and Carol. I haven't heard anything about any box sets. Like, the last two series had like a box set. There was the Dixon brothers, and then they had the Daryl with his chopper. So is there one for this one? I was really hoping for a Michonne with her horse, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. I don't know. I'm just a big fan of Michonne, so that's why I want that one. That's me personally. Lots of other people are like, I don't want no stupid horse. So, this is Mr. Evilcheese, and this is probably one of my most serious preview, review type videos because of not drinking, and I'm kind of having some kind of sneezy, allergy, annoying thing today, so, but I just wanted to get this video out quick, and, I don't know, can't wait for these to come out in October. And Shane's coming out in July, but I'm not too excited about that. Not too sure when 10-inch Rick will come out, but probably around October. Oh yeah, when they have actual pictures of the figures, I will probably do an update review like I did for the last series. So watch for that, man. Okay, this is Mr. Evilcheese. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Oh, damn it, you know, why don't you just click on one of these other videos here by clicking on the picture, or you can subscribe. Yeah, brother.